Hello everybody, welcome back to Pokemon Firered. Let's go! This is episode 6. In the last episode, there are obvious signs of a burglary in here. Yes, I know. In the last episode, we defeated Misty, the Cerulean City Gym Leader. And we're finally gonna venture off into the next city. And that's the goal. We're gonna go down these ledges right here, because there should be a new Pokemon to encounter here. It is not that. Oh, we also, how could I forget? We also evolved our Lucy last episode. That's cool. Lucy's evolution definitely helped us beat the gym leader. A gym that Corey, the Charmeleon, probably would have had a lot of trouble with, but thankfully Lucy came in clutch. And yeah, hopefully this is encountered because Oddish. I already talked about Oddish. Again, I might be getting my I might be getting my encounters mixed up again. Maybe it's not here. It is here. Meowth. Everybody knows Meowth. We're in a pantheon of like Pokemon and characters that we just know from. Really? Lucy, you can't kill this thing? As for Meowth as a Pokemon, Meowth is pretty decent in this game. Not the best. Kind of just make it to normal type. So kind of in the same vein as Lucy. Can learn a lot of cool moves. It does know this cool move called Payday, which gets you more money. Basically, every time you use Payday, it'll accumulate to money you pick up after the battle. Other than that, though, Meowth isn't the craziest thing on the planet. Something I don't usually do or use. No! Ugh. Running. Running down. No encounter. No encounter. No encounter. Yes. And now we walk. There we go. So in here, this is... I don't think this was in the original game. Don't quote me on that, but this is the Pokemon Daycare, where they'll let you raise one Pokemon. In fact, I'm gonna put the Magikarp in here because why not? Unlike daycares in other games, you can only use one. You only put one Pokemon in the daycare. And you might be asking yourself why. Well, the game doesn't want you breeding yet because one, that wasn't an original game. Spoilers, you will be able to breed later. And two, because you'd be able to breed Pokemon like Pikachu to get its pre-evolution Pichu, which is not in the original game as well. So, kind of clever way to get around it, but still adding a daycare. This also means this game has two daycares. Hi, do you have a Nidoran? No. Sorry, I do not have a Nidoran. That's too bad. Alright, in here, the underground path. There are a lot of secret items in here. I don't know if it's randomized. I doubt it's randomized, but you can kind of just click A a bunch of times. That's what I usually do. Maybe we'll find an item? Maybe? Okay, maybe not. I'm not gonna find them. Yeah, probably not worth my time, to be honest. What are you saying? People often lose things. Oh my god, they're literally hinting at what I just told you. Alright, we are now on Route 6. Pokemon? Let's do this battle on camera. Just so I can talk to you guys. I missed you! It's been a few days since I recorded. But you still haven't even seen episode 1. What day is it? It's the 25th from when I'm recording. Miss! Lucy! Oh my god, if this poisons me, I'm gonna scream. Okay. I guess I won't scream. Lucy, you missed again. Oh my god. Yeah, I actually just decided the other day that I'm going to release a series on Pokemon Day. Which is in a few days. I wish I knew that ahead of time because I would have mentioned it in the first episode. But I didn't. Whoops. Pokemon Day is good. I think going to be exciting this year though. It'll be the 29th anniversary. The calm before the storm, I think. As for what I expect, well, they're definitely going to show the new Legend ZA game. And if they don't, I think that'd be hilarious because they literally mentioned that game and just never talked about it again. And honestly, other than that, I don't know. They're probably gonna announce a bunch of new mobile events. Very curious to see if they're gonna talk about Pokemon Go, because Pokemon Go is like in this whole controversy right now. Not controversy, but there's rumors that it's gonna be sold off soon. So I'm curious to see if they mention it. If they mention it, I'm gonna take it as they have faith in the game still. If they don't mention it, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be a little worried. That trainer had a Butterfree, which is kind of cool. But that Butterfree also paralyzed my poor Lucy, so... Corey, you're up. I'm gonna battle these two trainers real quick. Alrighty. You know, sometimes I forget how quick, or how small these routes are in the beginning of this game. And the routes do, admittedly, they do get bigger when we get later in the game. But these routes around Saffron City, like above Saffron, now below Saffron, pretty small. And just kind of show you guys what we've been doing. So, just to put in perspective. We started here. We went our way up and went to Viridian City. Then we went back to Pallet Town to deliver that package for Professor Oak. And then we went all the way up to Pewter City. And then we moved right to Mount Moon. Went through the mountain and then got on this side. Then we did a little adventure a few episodes ago where we did Nugget Bridge and went to go see Bill. Then we went back down and then we went south, but we skipped the city. We went underground under the city, ended up here in Route 6, and now we are here. So as you can see, we kind of already narrowly dodged this city. And I don't know, like I said, I really like the Kanto region. I feel like it's a really well thought out region. There's a lot of cities you kind of go around and then like kind of get teased. And kind of just to show you guys this just for the sake of world building, if we do try to go up north, this security guard won't let you go through. I'm on guard duty. Gee, I'm thirsty though. Oh wait, there's the roads closed, so we're not allowed to go through. Speaking of us going back up here, I believe there's an item right here. Another rare candy. Yay. Still not gonna use them now. They're too sacred. Alright, now that we're in Vermilion City, there's a few things we can do first. So we can't access the gym yet because we need the HM cut. Now, we haven't really gone over HMs, but we're 2 gyms in, and we actually have access to a few HMs already. But we'll get there when we get there. This guy over here, I'm putting up a building on this plot of land. I own it all. My Pokemon is tampering the land to lay the foundation. Gaio! Machop is stomping the land flat. What I never liked about this is the sequel to these games, Gold and Silver, take place 2 years after these games, and this land doesn't really become anything. It would have been really cool if this became a building of importance, but it never does. I'm sure that's something they plan, but whatever. I'm the fishing guru. I simply love fishing. I can't bear to go without. Tell me, do you like to fish? I do. Grand, I like your style. I think we can be friends. Take this and fish, young friend. And we got the old rod. So, the old rod. Old rod is pretty useless, to be honest. All the old rod does, it's in our key items. We fish and we wait for us to get a bite. Not like that. I feel like getting a bite is also a lot more rare with the old one. Oh my god, not even a nibble. Is it even worth my time showing this? Pokemon's on the hook! And it's only Magikarps. You can only get Magikarps. Yeah, it's probably not worth your time. Again, you also probably own a Magikarp from that $500 guy. Not that impressive, to be honest. What is impressive, though, is to the east? To the east. Oh. I defeated the trainer, but at what cost? Corey got paralyzed. Alright, there is somewhere I do want to go, but before we do that, I actually want to go in here. And I want to show you guys something. So we're going to go back and forth here. And we will encounter Diglett! Diglett is a ground type Pokemon, a fast ground type Pokemon. And he hits pretty decent for where you get him in the game. He's also very useful for the next gym, and yeah, I kind of like Diglett. So much so, he's actually our next member of the team. Don't kill. Oh! Well, not this Diglett. That burn was quite unfortunate because I was at perfect catching range. Should Let's try that again. Diglett! Ooh, this one's a higher level. Don't kill this time. Okay, got burned again, but should survive one. Yeah, I've never really used Diglett on this game. And I really like Diglett. I don't know why I've never used it. I get one chance to catch this. If it escapes, it dies. Alright, we're good. Diglett is added to the team. And I already have a name for this guy. I didn't read the Pokédex. Whoops. Meet Doug. If you get it, you get it. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you guys anyways. Doug is a reference to Dig Dug, the classic game. Ooh, item. I see you. Awakening. Alright, so there's gonna be a lot of trainers coming up, and yeah, I kind of wanted to just get Dig Dug, or Doug, ready to go so we can start training it. And so it'll be ready to go for the gym coming up. So we're just gonna restore our little Doug. And yeah, our team's coming together pretty well. Let's take a look. So we have Corey, Lucy, and Doug. I like how they're just all named straight up like human names. Nah, whatever. They all have meaning. Alright, let's head down. And we go down here. The SSN is a famous luxury cruise ship. It visits Vermilion once a year. Welcome to the SSN. Excuse me, do you have a ticket? Ramen, flash the SS ticket. Great, welcome to the SSN. I love this song. It's a really good song. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do another fast forward voiceover because there are a lot of trainers in this vicinity, this ship. So we're gonna get through it, and you'll hear present me in a bit, but hear future me ? I'm just gonna battle now. Alrighty, so we are back with another fast forward little battle montage. You know, with the power of editing, I'm actually recording this like a week after I actually filmed it, which is kind of funny. I think I filmed this like I don't remember because I have the memory of a fish sometimes. But I'm pretty sure I filmed this like at 3 a.m. It was just kind of trying to crank out videos and yeah. So yeah, the SSN, pretty cool location in my opinion. As a kid, it always stuck out with me. I don't know if I've mentioned this before on this Let's Play, but when I was a kid, this game in particular was like my summer game. I have no idea why, but this is the game I would restart every summer and replay. And as a kid, I just loved it. I just freaking loved it so much, and there's so many great memories just replaying this at summer camp, bringing my link cable to summer camp, and we're trading between versions. It was just such a hit of a game. But what's funny is, and we'll get into this much later, as much as I played with my friends and stuff, there's actually mini games in this game later on in the story, and I just never played them. So it's interesting that even years after this game has been out, like 20 years now, there's still things I've never experienced in the game. And that just kind of shows you how much content are in these Pokemon games, especially the older ones, that we just take for granted. They always add these fun little things, and we shake them off, like that was cool, but then years later we kind of wish, I wish there was more mini games in modern Pokemon games. I don't know how I started on a mini game tangent, but yeah. Anyways, the music you're listening to is Slateport City. I actually decided, instead of repeating and looping songs over and over in these, I'm actually going to play a different few selection of songs, all thematically in line with what we're doing. So Slightport City is a city from another Pokemon game. The version I'm using, I believe, is Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire's version. And then later on, you're gonna hear a song called Oceanic Museum, which is actually a funny. It's funny. It's basically a remake, reimagining, kind of inspiration of the SSN theme in Pokemon Emerald. Although I believe I'm using the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire version for that too. And then we're gonna end it with some Dewford Town, also from Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. All three of them are very ocean vibes themed. You know, stick with the ocean vibes. So yeah. Dang, Lucy's getting pretty strong. Looking at the, looking at her stats. Our team's coming along. I'm pretty happy with my team. Hopefully you guys are kind of vibing with the team. There's a lot of battling on this ship, and in fact, looking back on my footage, I don't think I even battled everyone. I think I kind of got tired. I'm like, you know what, this is good enough. And actually, that leads, you know, I kind of want to explain one more thing. Like, you know, battles, specifically in SSN, like, they will never be available again. So I do recommend you trying to beat everyone on the boat, just for the money, for the XP, because at least, you know, in other places, you can always go back and fight them for money and XP, but this particular boat never comes back, so, you know, it'd probably be your best interest, you know, to fight them. These games are pretty well balanced, in my opinion, so, like, missing stuff can kind of set you back a few pegs, and beating them kind of keeps the game in line with the difficulty. But yeah, you know, I want to talk about something. Totally off topic, but I just noticed it right now. Looking back on a lot of footage, editing a lot of videos of mine. And so what happens is, just for the viewership, sometimes when my family leaves my dog alone, they'll put on videos of mine, just so she can hear my voice, which is very sweet, and it also gets me some extra views on the side. Shout out to my dog. But that's what I just did is my main point. So sometimes I'll come home and just kind of leave the videos on, or maybe I'll doing something, because I also like to listen to my videos from like a perspective like, what do other people watch? Like if you're watching me on TV, like if I'm in the kitchen, you know what I mean? Like you want to get perspective. Perspective is important. But boy, do I say a lot, and it's driving me insane. The amount of time they say is really like, it's kind of upsetting. And maybe you don't notice it, and maybe people don't, because I feel like that's something, because I have friends that watch this, close friends, family members. I feel like they would say something like, hey, Randy, dude, it's kind of annoying when you say But, right now I'm actively thinking about not saying it, so it's working. But when I'm in the vibe, when I'm in the mood, when I'm just talking, I notice I say a lot, which is so unusual, because I don't want to pat myself on the back or anything, but, I think I'm a pretty well-versed public speaker. Did I just say again? Oh my god. I swear I don't my job literally is teaching in front of kids. I have a coaching job where I'm, talking to kids. I have noticed I have said it in my coaching job, but, that's a more laid-back job. But in my teaching job, I have to be more professional. I want to make sure I'm getting across more professionally. So now I'm wondering, do I say at work too? It's a whole ordeal. If you are bugged by the whole thing, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. There's a lot of things. I'm trying to work on my professionalism of talking. But even looking back on some streams, like when I'm naturally talking and excited, like I don't say It's just when I know I have to constantly be talking, it's just a whole other or I think it's more difficult for me. You might be asking, why do you feel like you have to keep on talking? Because one, a Let's Play is boring if no one's talking. But also, when I'm not talking, all you hear is my heavy breathing, which is a whole another ordeal I have to deal with. All you hear is that. It's horrible. I promise it's gonna get better. But yeah. Alright, we're coming up at the end here. It's funny, actually, this footage I do talk over because I thought I was done. I ended up just scrapping it because it's just me rambling on again. But yeah, we're coming to the end. We're gonna fight our last... I said again. Whatever. I'm done with this rant. We're gonna destroy this Pikachu and then we're gonna move on. It's as simple as that. X attack was not worth it, by the way. Do not fight them. It's not worth it. X items suck. Okay, bye. Okay, our team's healed. You might be asking, Randy, why does our team have to be healed? Well, he's back. Bonjour, Randman. I'm mad to seeing you here. Were you really invited? So how's your Pokedex coming? I already caught 40 kinds, pal. Different kinds are everywhere. Crawl around in grassy areas and look hard for them. He doesn't even ask me if I want to battle. He just literally just charges me in the battle. Fun fact, he has a different sprite every time you battle him, so like, he's definitely getting the special treatment. Pidgeotto. While Doug literally can't touch this thing. How much does Fury Stripes do? Ooh, it's gonna do a lot. Not what I wanted to see. So we're gonna send out Corey. Corey hasn't got much action on this ship, but that's mostly because everything on this ship is water type. Corey's gonna show who's boss right now. Perfect. I don't think I mentioned this yet, but the burn status halves the attack of any Pokemon. So the tackles and quick attacks will be doing a lot less because his attack set's cut in half. Honestly, Burn's kind of broken. Burn's probably one of the harder statuses to inflict on someone. But if you do, definitely good for defensive things. Alright, Wartortle. He finally evolved his Squirtle. Good for him. Someone give this man a cookie. We're just gonna punch it. How much does this do? A respectable amount. And it's gonna do less now because of withdrawal. Thanks, Wartortle. But it's okay because it's gonna miss. He's got a gun! Boop. Okay, Wartortle should be gone now. Oh, I love you, Lucy. Raticate. I'm gonna keep Lucy out. Remember this Raticate. This will be very important later. I'll explain later. But this Raticate definitely has a... Well, we'll get into it later. Just remember Gary having a Raticate. I'm gonna see if Doug can take out this Kadabra. I don't remember if this Kadabra knows any moves now. I would assume it does. Probably like Psybeam. We're going for it. 7. Oh, confusion. Doug, can you live one? Oh! Oh, it missed! No, Doug! Oh, I should have went for the magnitude. What was I doing? Doug, that was on me. I'm so sorry. Corey, finish the job. Fury Stripes could miss? That's so lame. Also, what does he even Fury Swipe with? He's ahead. Whatever. At least you're raising your Pokemon. Thanks, Nick. I heard there was a cut master on board, but he was just a seasick old man. Cut itself is really useful. Yep, it'll be handy. You should go see him too. Smell ya. Hey, that was kind of nice. Sometimes he can be nice. Ugh, I feel hideous. Seasick. Randman rubbed the captain's back. Rub, 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 rub. So I used to say as a kid. Woo, thank you. I'm feeling much better now. You want to see my hidden cut technique? I could show you my prized cut technique if I weren't so ill. I know, you can have this hidden machine. Teach cut to your Pokemon, and you can see it cut anytime. And just like that, we got HMO1. Wow. Using cut, you can chop down small trees. Why not try it with the trees around Vermilion City? Maybe I will, old man. Maybe I will. And that's the SSN. Pretty cool ship. Again, once you get off the ship, you will never be able to get on again. Man, I cannot talk. I am ready for bed. Let's just get off the ship and call it a day. And now we say bye to the ship that's only like 12 times bigger than us. Goodbye, SSN. We'll see you in the sequel. Actually, I don't remember. Is the SSN in Heart Gold and Soul Silver? Or Gold and Silver? Why do I feel like it has a different name? I don't know. Now we leave. Alrighty. And that's where we're going to call it today. So we got a new team member with Doug. And we conquered the SSN, receiving our first HM Hidden Machine. That's named HMO1, which is cut. Because now we can cut down trees. Pretty good progress if you ask me. And the next episode, well, let's just say, we'll be conquering our next challenge. I'll see you guys in the next one.